Right then, more TT content. So as you can see, there is now a gap where the servo should be, and just so the brake fluid leaking all over, and it's the nasty racing stuff, Paul's left this on, but this is the first talking point. So now we're taking the pedal box out, the factory pedal box and servo, and putting an aftermarket one in. The main thing we've got to contend with is this thing. This is like a magnetic brake sensor, so this is what turns your lights on and off, and basically everything's tied into everything with CAN bus nowadays, so if that don't work, loads of other stuff's not going to work. So we've got a little idea with that. Oh my god, it's first time in a long time. I'll bring him back. Tureg, friends. Oh, friend! So what we have to do with that, we're going to have to put a magnet on there, so basically the brake lights are on, and then, well, a magnet on there which does one side, and then we have to put a pressure sensor on to turn the brake lights on as well. So Paul's got all that covered and with his wiring and stuff, but anyway, I'm going to sort that out. This is what you'd have to do to your servo to get it out without taking the engine half out. You have to split it apart, and if anybody wants to know how that works, I'm sure somebody can tell you, but that's just how it works. Anyway, so this is a standard pedal box. Obviously, we're going to be keeping the accelerator pedal, so we're going to have to just pry that part away from there and make a bracket up for it. The brake pedal obviously is disappearing. This is something to do with headlight range control, but it's tied into the engine harness as well, so we're going to have to keep that for some reason, but might have to get rid of it later on, we'll see. So Paul's got that bracket to sort out. This is the Tilton pedal box. I think this is the 600 series. Pretty much same as what's in the Mark V, but this is a top mounted rather than a bottom mounted. I can't remember the pedal ratios, 5:1 or something like that. And then you can see this is how the balance bar arrangement works. You wind that in to move them across using it doesn't even have a sticker on it from factory, you've got to put your own sticker on, but you've got less and more brake on there. That's for the brake. For the clutch side, at the minute, obviously these are DSG car, so we're going to lock that off is a footrest, and then if we ever go to a manual, it's pretty easy just to bang that back in. So we've got two different size master cylinders, which you can see by the colour of the tie wraps, and you can also see on there 0.70, 0.937, that's in inches. So we've got two different sizes. Now for this car, because it's running factory ABS system that's diagonally split, we need to put the same size on, so I'm just waiting for that other one to come. Going to just put the bigger ones on, firmer pedal, should be alright. If it doesn't work, we'll just swap it for the smaller ones, and that should help us. So that, in theory, it's going to make the brake pedal a lot stiffer, but as we talked about in the previous videos, it's going to make it a lot easier to modulate. I know if I hit it that hard, that's what brakes I'm getting. I'm not getting that plus whatever the servo wants to give me, which can vary a little bit, not a lot, but you've just not got the feel. Anyway, so we'll get all that sorted. We'll have a look inside what we're having to do to get that to fit, which is not very easy. So, where's he put it? The plate. I'll get in, Danny. I'm in. So basically what Paul's done here is made this plate up, which goes onto the bulkhead, like that. I don't know if you can see it very good. I can't get it out. So what this is going to do, this bolts up, I can't remember which way around it goes now, I think it's that way. This is going to bolt up where the original servo went, roughly that were about here. And then we're going to put some box section off here that hangs the pedals on, brace it up to the steering column, and tidy the edges up, make it look nice and neat, and that should be very stiff, because the problem with pedal boxes is you're putting a lot of force through the pedals. You've got 5:1 ratio just on the master cylinder itself, so God knows how much pressure you're putting against this plate here, so we need that to be strong. The standard bulkheads on most cars flexes a lot on a standard brake pedal, so we don't want that to happen with this, otherwise you're not going to get the feel. So we'll tidy that up. It's definitely heavier than I wanted it to be, but we'll gusset it, trim it down, maybe pump some holes in it if we have to. Yeah, and some of it we're not going to use for mounting, but this is to take every mounting point that we can get to. So we shall see. So that should be pretty good. And then the other thing that that we've got going on at the minute is the air jacks. So we get these from JLS, not the boy band. Like we've got there, jlsmotorsport.com. That's where we get all these from. These are a little bit cheaper than the AP ones, and they're the same as what Nick's Lion came with when we got it, and that's why we started down this path of using these ones. But yeah, so we've got these. These are the same in the Golf. You run 3 of them so that you get your front up, 'cause obviously that's got the most weight to lift. And then the rear one is literally just there to prop it up. You don't really want 4 unless your car's a lot heavier than these will take. You end up with, if it's not quite even, whereas a 3, you'll always sort of stay stable. So yeah, these pop out quite long, so they come up a fair amount. Obviously you get at least that amount of height. And then these are your stays that you're banging to stop it dropping down. So we've already got a set of these. Tie a bit of string to one of them because it's hidden out that way. Then you've got your little valve here that goes onto this hose, wherever it is. That screws onto there. And then we've got a load of fittings in here, which go onto all the air jack stuff. You get them out. We'll do a better video when we're refitting all this about that stuff. But basically, you get your air tanks like a scuba tank, shove it on, car goes up. I'm sure we've got a video of me making a real mess. So this is where it could all go wrong. Oh dear, this is sketchy. Why is it not going up? Is it like going to fall over? So obviously to fit these into the car, you've got these like coilover type adjuster rings. These have obviously got to go through the floor in the car. So we've got this tubing to go in. For some reason, these are to a diameter that you need to get some tubing that's a bit bigger. So we have these little collars knocked up. Leo does all our machining's done them, so they'll knock into there, and then we'll sink this through the floor, weld it in, and away you go. Which sounds easy, but in reality it's an absolute pain because there's never anywhere nice to do it, especially, I'll show you where we're looking. But in this sort of driver's region here, we've got to try and incorporate the throttle pedal, brake pedal, and obviously a clutch pedal if normally, and get this in here. And it looks like it's way too long, but it's only got to punch through another ½ inch of floor, and then that's got to be flush with the underneath. So you do really struggle to get these where you want to put them, and then still get the pipe coming off, stuff like that. So Paul's going to have a real head scratcher getting this done, and it's sort of chicken and egg. You want to drill an hole, but you don't quite know if it's going to fit, so a bit of measuring, making some little mock-up pieces, should be able to get it roughly where we want to get it, and yeah, hopefully we can get a good video of how we do it, and then after Paul's done all this, we'll catch back up, and then it should be ready for the body shop. weren't even in. I don't race in my boots very often.
Obviously there'll be a bit of time masters in there.
Thing is, you're asking me to test it. What if I say it ain't right?
It's only tacked in.
Alright, so I'm going to say I feel like you're just going to say.
It'll probably be something like there.
I think you could come further over.
Go further over?
I think you could go an inch. Maybe even an inch that way.
Yeah.
Because you're going to bear in mind that's the footrest, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're going to get your accelerator and your
Air jack down there.
air jack there, aren't you?
Yeah,
I'd say if you can, I don't know if you can, I don't think.
No. I've got like, I can only just get my finger in. Finger pedal. So I've mounted that quite far over sort of this way.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I think just go a bit more over that way, and if we have to, then go a bit more again. Yeah. Once you've got like air jack's going to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, if worst comes to worst, I can always make like another pedal for that, you know, like slightly longer one, or slightly wider one.
Yeah.
For footrest.
Yeah, so that pedal's all the way over that way, isn't it? As far
Yeah.
as. Yeah, if you put it over a little bit more, then you can you move the brake pedal further over as well? Can that go over more? Or is that just stay in the middle? Don't it? Yeah. See what you can do anyway.
Yeah.
And then obviously you need to just get throttle pedaling roughly then, don't you? Be a right pain and bum crack to get that in, isn't it?
Yeah, buddy, I think something.
So, the car is even more stripped than it was before. Paul's finally got sorted. It's been a ton of work. I don't want to do it again, but we've got to do it again. So, on the other car. So he's welded up all the holes on the other side that we didn't need. There were just tons of holes for stuff that they'd been there before and stuff like that. So we've got rid of all that. Put all the brackets in that we do need. Finally put all the dash bar back in. Welded that together, so I'm going to leave that in and paint it while it's in as well. The pedal box and the steering column is going to come out once we've pushed it over. The air jack turrets are in and as far away from the pedals as they possibly can be. The one on the rear, we've had to put that offset because the fuel tank's there, and we've still got an auxiliary tank that we're going to be putting in this one. Not sure what we're going to do with the other TT if we put in a full tank in, but we shall see. But we've had it up in the air on axle stands, and the car is still pretty secure, which we knew it would be the rear's offset, the way it's offset in the rear anyway. So yeah, we just need to get everything underneath that's been welded has been etch primed, and then some like Raptorliner type coating put on there. So everything that's bare in here needs etch priming, and then we're going to get it all rubbed down, all the sticky stuff away, and just basically paint everything and get it looking nice. Every bolt hole that needs the threads in's got a bolt in as well, so that's the one thing we usually forget. Yeah, we're getting the new tailgate when it goes back together. The doors are off just because it were easier, didn't really need to be off. And then while it's in the body shop, we're going to let them straighten this piece out a little bit more, just so it don't look as much of a mess, and just have a play with the tool, because then once we've got it straight as we can, we're just going to chop this bit out, so we've not got a battery in back or all that. We'll just chop that out and put the just a flat piece of metal in there. We don't really need it for what else. So yeah, I can't think what else we need to do. There's little bits all around the car, so there's going to be bits of paint. We're probably just going to touch it in, because we've talked about it with the guys, and I think as much as I'd love to get a full resto on the outside, there's going to be too much. We're not going to have time to get it all sorted. We've only just had the stickers done, at least on the other car as well, and we've not even used it. So we'll just touch up where it needs touching up, and then they might next year, rather than having more wrap than paint, we might do it the other way around. Since we've got a body shop, we'll do more paint than wrap. So we'll see. We'll get it over to the body shop, and I think that concludes this video. I think.